have hair on my arms, face, legs, and also some of my fingers and toes that's sometimes I remove. But my main thing that is my biggest insecurity is most likely my arm hair. That's like the biggest area of concern for me. It was grade 8 and a guy that I really liked, I think he had an idea that I liked him, but then when I found out he was calling me the Beast, from Beauty and the Beast, because of my arms, it like really hurt my feelings. And another thing that stood out to me was in high school, I was waiting in line to get into my, I think it was chemistry or biology class, and I was in grade 12 at the time, and I think there was grade 11s or grade 10s, I can't remember what they were, but they saw me waiting in line, and this female was pointing out to her friend that, hey, look at this girl's arm hair. And the guy's like looking at my arms and was laughing. And I was like, okay, why is this happening to me? Why are people bullying me about this? It's just arm hair. When I was younger, I felt pressurized to have everything shaven, especially my arms and my legs. And it all started in middle school in gym class. Because,
gym class.
See, gym class memories right now. So it's a mix of boys and girls. So I was required to, I think it was like grade 6, you're allowed to wear a t-shirt and track pants. But there was a transition between grade 7 and 8, I think it was, and you had to, it was mandated to wear short sleeve and shorts. So for me, around that time, because that's where every girl like hits puberty, hair starts growing more. So I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So I started using hair removal cream on my arms and on my legs. And my mom saw me doing this. She saw me buy the products. Like I asked her to buy it for me, and she was really against it because she's like, no, it's gonna grow back longer. You're not gonna like it. And for me, it's the media that made me believe I had to be hairless. Mine was magazines and commercials, mostly commercials, because I think at that time I wasn't really into reading the magazines yet. I didn't have a job yet to buy those magazines. But it was mostly the commercials and what you see. So like Nair and the Gillette was really popular around that time. I felt at grade 6 and 7, like right away, that I had to remove it. And from there, it kept escalating, and I kept having to remove it every time. There's some salons where you'd go to, and they can see that you have arm hair, and they ask you, we also remove arm hair. And that's one thing that I don't like them talking about, because yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm here for you to do my nails. I didn't ask you to remove my arm hair, but they always mention, oh, we have a special, we have this, we have that, we have laser. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I didn't ask you for that. Yeah. But I remember going to a house party, and when everyone else eats their food, the men would separate from the women would chat in one area, the men would chat in another area, and the kids or like young teens would be in another one. So I was in obviously the kids and young teens area, and I walked over to the women's section just because I had to ask something from my mom or just grab something really quick from the table. And the woman who I don't know, I never met her in my entire life, she commented about how my arm hair was like really long. She's like, wow, your daughter has a lot of arm hair. And she said that, and it upset me so much, I left the room and I cried in the next room. And it's so annoying because for me, that person's a mother, and they're like saying this to me, and I'm like, do you teach your children this? Because this is not okay. My background is Vietnamese and Chinese, and usually things in regards to talking about your feelings or things about your body, we don't really talk about. It's very like, I wouldn't say strict, but it's very like kept on the down low. Like we don't really talk about it. So when I was in middle school talking to my mom about possibly shaving my arm hair and my legs, she was like, I don't want you to do that, and I asked her why. And like I said before, she said it'll grow back a lot thicker and faster, and I didn't listen to her. I did it anyways. And I didn't get much pushback from my mom because she just let me do whatever I wanted. The only thing she did touch on was when in high school I went through a phase of really thin eyebrows, and she took away my tweezers, and I'm thankful for that because now I have these brows. So that hair removal, that's a different story. I feel like this is a whole journey for me from the very beginning, from when I first worked on this project till now. I feel like it's a transition phase for me, like I said, during the eye felt, because at the very beginning of it, I was okay with my arm hair, but I was kind of like in and out of, like, should I get rid of it, should I not? I've always thought of it at the back of my mind. Through this whole journey and going through all the shoots and the interviews and everything, I've gotten a lot more confidence in it because, like I said before, when you have different dresses on or like beauty on and you feel like you're distracted yourself from the insecurities, so you don't feel that anymore. So for me, this is a whole process for me of feeling not so great about to like, I don't care anymore, you can show it off. In regards to the cyberbullying, I feel like the main thing is parents need to teach their kids in person and online. If you have something nice to say, you can say it. But if you have something not nice to say, possibly if you think it's not nice to say, keep it to yourself. Because think about if you were that person, if you were to receive that comment, how would you feel if someone wrote that about you? And most of the time, the people who are cyberbullying have issues within themselves, and they're unhappy with what they're feeling, that they feel like if they put you down, they feel bad about themselves. The parents, they don't go through, sit the child down like, hey, so here's the things you can and cannot say to people. They're not going to list like arm hair. You can't talk about weight. You can't talk about acne. You can't talk about all these different imperfections on the body. If you're not comfortable, talk to someone else, because when you're very vulnerable in that state, when someone says that to you, you just feel like crashing. You don't know what else to do besides to talk to someone else. But you have to find it within yourself to ask for help, because a lot of people in general are scared to ask for help. They don't want to admit it because as soon as you ask for help, you feel like you're not good enough to do it by yourself. But you are strong enough.